Welcome back, Professor Duckett here. So if you watched the first video, I was talking about creating a kind of mosaic, kind of artsy YouTube channel art feel within Photoshop. Now I've exported that design. So within Photoshop, you just export as a PNG, and now I've uploaded that into Canva. So again, all about using the power of both Photoshop and Canva, especially when you're just getting started. Sometimes being able to just take the features from both and interlace them, mix them together, you can come up with something really fun and really creative just by playing around in the tools. So I uploaded the file that I worked on in Photoshop. Again, I exported it as a PNG. And then I just opened it, uploaded it, and then I just clicked it and it popped over here. So this is my base. Then I pulled over this photo. So you can do this in Photoshop if you have a photograph and you just want to kind of take the background out. But then there's also a fun little website that you can quickly do it too. It's called Remove Background. So the original photo had a backdrop of a building in there and some other things. And I just uploaded in here and then downloaded this Remove Background website. So save that and lock that in if you like that. Then I pulled in my photo and now it was time to start working on my text. So I just went over to the text tool and I started with this option here, love and joy. I didn't really search all the way through because I know myself. I know things that are personal to me. I really like handwritten style of fonts. So I started here and I played around with this combination. So I just pulled it in and I deleted that part out. And then I just played around with the name that I was going for, sized it, and styled it. I'm going to delete that out of there so we don't get confused. But yeah, so you can put this in there and play around with it. Let's see if I can just delete that element and not the whole thing. Delete this as well. And I know that I've said this before in other videos, but I think I should probably back up and just say also you want to make sure that you have your channel art guide handy. Sorry, heavy. You want to make sure you have your channel art guide handy, and that's just this right here that you can use just to make sure that your icons and you are designing in this area. So you just want to kind of every now and then just test it and kind of check the opacity and make sure that you're in that text and logo safe area. And for the rest of this video, I am. So I won't leave that in there, but just kind of a tip there to keep in mind. So then I pulled over some secondary text and I just used to add a little bit of body text. I just pulled that one over and I pulled in my tagline, which says, you can't really see it all that well, but it says the art of harnessing your value and finding your voice. So I just moved in there. And to make that text pop a little bit, I just grabbed one of these elements, pulled over, I clicked elements, typed in square here, and then just pulled over the free square, and then I just shaped it and laid it underneath the text there. So I delete that element. But yeah, so square, pulling over the square shape and then changing that color around can really just give your text the contrast that it needs to stand out. Then I started playing with some different icons. So I went over to elements and just typed in, let's see, was it elements? Yeah, I think so. Art or journaling, I think. Yeah, so I typed in journaling, pulled over something that I felt was fun and color appropriate. Pulled over a pencil, and what's that doing there? I'll take that out. Delete. So pulled over another element. So to pull those over, you just kind of hit them. And if you have a pro account, you have a lot more design choices available to you. But if not, there are a lot of free icons that you can use as well. So just Command Z if you're on a Mac to undo that. Then I played around with some just scribble, I guess you can call them, and you can kind of get some fun little lines and different designs that you can color and make your own. And this looks fun, but doesn't really quite fit what I'm doing now, but I definitely want to get back and try that one in the future. So yeah, I use those and I position them to the back just so they would be under, this one in particular would be under the journal. So kind of lay behind there, layering behind there. And then I also, oh, that's what that box was for. I also added a text box underneath. I think I used this one, add a little bit of body text. And I just put new videos every Saturday because we talk about in my YouTube vlogging class, just really helpful to tell your audience, especially new subscribers and those finding out about you for the first time, how your frequency and how often you publish and upload content. So I just put that in there, new videos every Saturday. And then I added, in this one, I just grabbed square again, elements, square, pulled that in and just played with kind of that middle line there, stretched it, and then just moved everything, pushed everything back behind it. And then while you're in there, while you're playing with that rectangle square option, you can also just play around with the different colors and get a different look and feel. I think the top one was using kind of either the brown or the black. And then I just moved it around and played with what it might look like in yellow or red or some of these other colors down here in the default. And so yeah, that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and I hope you love color as much as I do and just have fun learning and exploring the different tools at our disposal. I look forward to seeing your YouTube channel art designs in class. And yeah, happy photoshopping, happy canvaing, if that's even a word, playing with Canva and Photoshop. Pulling those two together and really creating something very powerful and something fun and something that's all your own. So I look forward to seeing your final designs.